Hello. Are you looking for the evidence analysis you need when writing about the character, the Inspector? Well, look no further. The aim of this video is to provide you with all the information you need to help you achieve the very highest marks when being asked to explore the Inspector in the play and Inspector Calls. What we'll do now is run through a plethora of key quotes and analysis that you can include. So let's begin. The Inspector need not be a big man, but he creates at once an impression of massiveness, solidity, and purposefulness. The initial description highlights that the character creates a huge impression on the others. The adjective solidity demonstrates the figure is immovable. His views will not be changed. Purposefulness informs the audience or reader reading the stage directions that the character is here to fulfill a role. To highlight to the audience, we must change the way we treat one another. Coolly. We often do in the young ones. They're more impressionable. The character demonstrates the opening of the divide that occurs between the younger and older characters. The young are the future. Therefore, we need to be able to alter their views to alter the future. Sharply. Your daughter isn't living on the moon. This imagery emphasizes to the audience that the issues within society are not happening on a distant location. The stage directions sharply enables the character to sound angry to the audience due to the fact that Burling seems ignorant to the world. Massively. Public men, Mr. Burling, have responsibilities as well as privileges. This declarative sentence is said deliberately with the audience in mind. We all have a responsibility to help others, but particularly those in power, such as Burling's, and as they have even more responsibility. One Eva Smith has gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Eva Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and fears, their suffering and chance of happiness, all intertwined with our lives and what we think and say and do. We don't live alone. We are members of one body. We're responsible for each other, and I tell you, a time will come when, if men will not learn that lesson, they will be taught in fire, blood, and anguish. Good night. Arguably, this is the most important monologue speech in the play. The monologue highlights Priestley's view that we are all connected, and what we do to others impacts ourselves. Eva Smith represents the working class, and this therefore alerts the audience that the character may not be one woman, but many people who have been mistreated by the Burlings. Intertwined suggests not only that our lives are connected, but hints at an organic image that we grow together and therefore die together. Also, the idea of a rope. When we twine ourselves together, we become stronger. Fire, Blood and Anguish is a reference to the two world wars which the audience of the recent performances would have knowledge of. Is also clearly a reference to shock the audience by obviously making sense of and use of the idea of death and hell. But it also demonstrates we've failed to learn our lessons once before and millions died because of it. That man wasn't a police officer. What or who is the character? The voice of Priestley, the moral conscience, the Grim Reaper? Perhaps the Inspector is all these things, but what he certainly is a vehicle to help highlight the view that the socialist writer wishes to demonstrate. So there's a great section in key quotes analysis to use in evidence, in your essays rather. It's now time for you to be using them in your work. So thank you very much.